Hey there everybody, my name is Keno and welcome back to our Butte Bandits franchise expansion mode series here on the channel. Now the last episode had a little bit of a bitter end to our 2025-2026 NHL season with the Butte Bandits. We lost in the conference finals to the Vegas Golden Knights, but did we really even expect half the things that happened leading us to that even conference finals or playoff position? I can't say for certain that anybody did. Okay, yes, I kind of expected BLOCKBUSTER to do as good as he did, but Cooper Appleby putting up 44 goals. Look at him now, an 87 overall. Insane. Shabrikov, 71 points. Montour, he had a little bit of an a little better of a season, too better, but that defensive category still worries me. Sam Girard had a 70-point season. Dominic Pruka, in his first season, had a 65-point season. Peyton Krebs, the 62-point season. Even Dubois almost had a 60-point season. Our trade deadline acquisition of Claude Giroux was pretty good. Not as good as Barrett Hayton, though. He came onto the team, put up 22 points in 20 games. Then in the playoffs, put up 21 points in 16 games. Absolutely carried us. Complete staple on that top line. There's no doubt. No doubt in my mind. Brett Pesce had a good season. Scott Lawton was pretty decent for us. That fourth line in general was really good. So we had a pretty high producing season for our Butte Bandits. But that does bring us to today's episode and kind of the changes that I plan to make. And yes, you guys might be freaking out like, changes, what do you mean? I know I've already sent Sam Reinhart out. I've already brought in BLOCKBUSTER. I brought in some big players. I mean, our top four defensemen in Montour, Girard, Pesce, and Miller are insane. But we also have some good prospects coming up, and we can't forget about that. Mike Benning, 87 points in 82 games as a defender? Insane. Maxwell Ellison, he's still only a 68 overall, but 81 points in 74 games. Henry Nikkanen did good. Igor Sokolov did good. Konsta Helenius is a big name coming up. Same with Danila Yurov, who had 57 points in 41 games. So we had 1 point less than Konsta Helenius in 41 games less. We have some great prospects coming up. Let's not also forget Kallio Delius, Akil Thomas, Maverick Bourque, Kevin Ball, Jake Perreault, John Beecher, who that's a little bit of a sore spot for me, honestly. We also have Clark Caswell, and then goaltenders coming up out of nowhere too. We have a big pipeline of players, and if we look at like the full assets, I mean, prospects alone, rookie skaters, we have Clark Caswell, Konsta Helenius, Peter Michalek, I believe it is. Yeah, Peter Michalek, Jack Thompson. We can't forget that we have him. He's NHL ready. He sat the entire season. Adam Jekko, Zanetti, Benning, as I already said, Adelius, Verkinen. There's a lot of good prospects here. And then goalies, Rousseau, Augustine, Olsen. All great. And we can't even... I'm forgetting even Hrabal. Hrabal had a great season for us behind Gustafsson. And I can't even say he was behind because he took the starting role from Gustafsson. He edged him out with 44 games started compared to Gustafsson's 42. So very, very impressive season all around. Lots of storylines to focus on. In this episode, though, we are going to be making a fairly sizable move. Okay, we have the 31st overall pick in the draft. There's not a lot of prospects in this draft, so I'm not too focused on who we're going to pick, especially with low picks like that. I'm focused on who we're going to move out. And I know I might get some hell in the comments, but there's one player that I think it's time to move out. Even though we had such a great season and it seems like a preposterous thing to do, this is the episode that we say goodbye to another key piece from that expansion draft in Brandon Montour. Now, I know I built it up last episode, or no, one of the last episodes, to move over Keandre Miller. We didn't have to, though. Brandon Montour, even though he's doing great, 71 points, 69 points, 103 points, even on the 103-point season, he was still a -8. Then he followed that up with a -22, and then last season, as good as we did, he was still a -13. He has been a good point contributor, but not a good defenseman. And with Mike Benning coming up, do we need another puck-moving defender? Especially when we have Benning, we have Adelius, we have Jack Thompson. Montour is great. He's signed for another 3 years after this year. he's got great value right now, and I think that's where we move him out. Now, I've looked at some different trade options, okay? I looked at moving him to a few different teams, but two stuck out to me the most. All right, from the Dallas Stars, I was going to move him with Nizov and Greer for Cam Lund, who we already sent to the Dallas Stars, but he's done very well, developed into a nice fourth line forward. He is a minus team, but he was with the Texas Stars, so it's not that big of a thing. He might actually do very well. And if you look at his individual attributes, he looks stellar. Okay, so I was looking to bring him back. Leanne Bichelle would be a great defensive option. Look at his defensive category. He's only 22, and his defensive and physical categories are almost perfect. His defensive category could still get a little better, but it's that face-offs that drops it down. The physical category, though, is 5 stars. 91 aggressiveness, 91 body checking, 94 strength. He would be unbelievable to add to our back end. And then finally, Christian Kyrou. He is a offensive defenseman, so that's where I'm a little iffy on. He had 31 points, but he was a minus 27. I'm still a little iffy about this trade, but the big thing that brings it around is that 6th overall pick. Jamie Benn doesn't really matter because he's just an expiring contract. I needed to even out the cap. But this seems like a decent trade. Yes, I could switch out Cam Lund. I'm not sure who I'd switch him out for. Maybe a Luka Misa. Maybe an LJ Mooney. There's definitely a lot of different options. Even Ty Dellandrea if we wanted to stick to a 4th line option. This is a decent trade here. Not sure if it's the one I was going to go for. The trade that really had my eye was with the Detroit Red Wings, where we would move Montour, Nizov, and Danila Yurov to the Red Wings for Simon Edvinsson, a medium elite 23-year-old 6'6" top 4 defender who's a two-way defender, can play both sides of the ice. He's got 90 speed, a great defensive category, a great physical category, and a pretty good offensive awareness and puck skills. He's well-rounded, can play both sides, exactly what I want. He signed for 2 more years at $4.8 million. Another addition would be Michael Rasmussen, who had 26 goals this season. He's great in defense, great in speed, got decent puck skills and offensive awareness, and pretty good aggressiveness and body checking. Again, another well-rounded player, also 6'6", can play 2 positions at left wing and center, and also signed for another 2 years or another year after this one. Prospect is Axel Sandin Pellikka, who's already a depth defender. He is an offensive defenseman, so if Mike Benning doesn't work out, it'd be him that goes in. He's got 92 for speed, a decent defensive category, but 91 offensive awareness, passing, and puck control. That is a great pickup in my eyes. Then Nate Danielson at depth forward already. He looks pretty decent. He's, I definitely think, better option than Cam Lund. Whether we need him or not is another story. He could just be flipped again. We don't know. And then the 28th overall pick. I think this is the trade that I'm going to go for here. I think this is bringing in some great young assets that give us a larger window than Montour did. And, you know, whether it's a good idea to move on from Yurov, I'm not sure. If there was someone else to move on from, I definitely would. But I want to add a little bit more to get it going. And it's like, yes, I could move out Dubois. That's definitely an option. But he's already bounced around a bit since signing this large contract with the Kings, because we got him from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now he's on the Butte Bandits. Do I want to send him out again? I'm not thinking so. I think we're going to keep it as is. I'm going to offer this trade, and we're going to see if it goes through. If it doesn't, then I'll take out Danielson, because I'm not too sure we absolutely need him with the center depth we have. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take him out right now. If you guys are screaming at me, that's fine. I think you'll see that we didn't really need him. Instead, what I'll do is I'll throw in a first-round pick next year. I think they'll be more willing to give that up. And again, just to show you guys, do we need him? No. We have Appleby, Krebs, Dubois, Hayton, Beecher, Comfer, Akil Thomas, Maverick Bork, Felice Robert. We're pretty set up the center. And then we have like left wingers like Clark Caswell, who can play center, and William Carrier, although he's an expiring contract. And then right wingers, I believe we have, Yurov can play center, but Jacob Perreault can play center. So we have options. I think this is what we're going to do here. Brandon Montour, Nikolai Niazov, and Danila Yurov to the Detroit Red Wings for Simon Edvinsson, Michael Rasmussen, Axel Sandin Pellikka, the 28th overall pick this year, and a first rounder next year. Will it go through? No, you've met our block needs well enough, but the value you have on the table is too far off. Okay, so we got to add a little bit here, and I know exactly what I want to add because we have picks to spare. I'm going to move out the 62nd and the 67th. So an early third and a late second. Let's see, does this get it over the hump? It does. So I know that's a big move, especially a big move to start this video with, moving out our top producing defenseman. And you might think I'm stupid. You might think I'm crazy for doing that. But the bounty of riches we just got, I think, is too damn good to deny. Because look at this. We got 2 first-round picks in this draft now. Sam Girard is automatically one of our best defensemen behind Brett Pesce. But we also add in Simon Edvinsson. We add Michael Rasmussen. We had Axel Sandin Pellikka, who could easily become... He had 58 points with the Grand Rapids Griffins. He could become the new Brandon Montour, and he's only 21. He's 11 years younger than Brandon Montour. I think that's the move we needed to make. Even Simon Edvinsson at 23 is 9 years younger than Brandon Montour. He's on the right side of 30. Both of them are. Montour wasn't, and he wasn't defensive enough for me. You guys can freak out. Let me know in the comments down below. Was this a bad trade to make? I think this is the one we needed to make, and now, with all that said and done, with that big, massive trade out of the way, we can look at the awards. We can see, did Brandon Montour even win the Norris? I don't think he did. So the Stanley Cup goes to the Florida Panthers. The President's Trophy went to the Edmonton Oilers. The Clarence S. Campbell goes to the Vegas Golden Knights, obviously. And to the Florida Panthers is the Prince of Wales Trophy. Individual awards, Nikita Kucherov wins the Art Ross. Hart Memorial goes to Braden Point. Yeah, they were a dynamic duo this season. James Norris goes to Evan Bouchard because he's absolutely insane. Even when Montour had his blow-up season, he still lost it to Adam Fox. So, Lady Byng goes to Kucherov. Calder goes to Cooper Appleby. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. We have a Calder winner on the team. Might have another one this season. Stellar performance from the young 18-year-old. I think he's 19 now. Conn Smythe goes to Alexander Barkov, as it should. Vezina Trophy goes to Frederick Anderson with the Detroit Red Wings. So we just gave them a top pairing defender. We kind of fleeced them a bit, I think, but we also gave him Danilo Yurov. If he blows up for them, I think it's a pretty fair trade. William N. Jennings goes to Thatcher Demko. Bill Masterton goes to Fehervari. Jack Adams goes to the Washington Capitals coach. Frank J. Selke goes to Elias Lindholm, who I also would love to add, but I don't think we can. And Ted Lindsay goes to Braden Point. Maurice Richard goes to Connor Bedard. So that rounds out the awards. We're already a decent way into this video, so let's jump into the draft. I'm probably not going to be too active at it. Probably going to make our picks. If we can trade up, that'd be great. I know getting that 6th overall pick from the Stars, but I think we got better NHL-ready players with this trade than we would have with the Stars. I'm not sure if Bichelle would have been great or if he just would have been a career AHLer. I'm not sure if Kyrou would have been just another Montour and having a negative plus-minus all the time, or even if Cam Lund might have just been relegated to the AHL again. I don't know. I think we got some quality players here, though. But here we are in the 2026 NHL entry draft, and we're not picking till the end. Okay, we've got that trade out of the way now. We've got the 28th and the 31st overall picks. I don't think we can move up. Yes, we could still go for this Dallas pick. I think maybe we can package these 2 picks together to the Ottawa Senators, though. We could still bring in a pretty dominant player, even that low in the draft. 13th overall, I still think we could grab someone. So let's see. And you know what? The value kind of works out for us. So let's see. I'm keeping the wheels moving here. We're going to keep spinning. So the 28th and the 31st for the 13th and the 79th. Will this go through? You know what? I think that will go through. They have Kale Dock. What else do they have? Ryder Ritchie. Is that what his name is? Ryder Ritchie. You look pretty decent. You know what? Let's throw you in. So the 13th and Ryder Ritchie for the 28th and the 31st. Will it go through? No. Okay, let's add in one more because I don't think this is going to be a very deep draft. So I don't mind throwing in some later round picks. Maybe the 132nd, the 4th round pick here. Nah, it doesn't get it done. So we're going to bump it up to a 3rd, the 95th. I don't think there's going to be anything that late. Doesn't get it through. Okay. I know I might be throwing to the wind here, but I don't think we're going to get 2 top quality players with the 28th and the 31st. I think we might get a top quality player with the 13th. Let's go. Does this go through? No, it still doesn't go through. Maybe Ryder Ritchie is too much to ask for. Let's do the 66th and the 137th. So the 28th, the 31st, the 66th, and the 137th. I know they're not interested in it, but I think they'd be stupid to turn this down. Will they take it? They do. Okay. So we get the 13th overall pick plus Ryder Ritchie from the Ottawa Senators. in exchange for a bounty of picks that we sent them. Now, first overall, who do Nashville pick other than Gavin McKenna, 79 overall, high elite playmaker, left winger. Not a bad pick. Seattle takes Leonov, okay, to 82 overall, right wing sniper, okay. St. Louis takes Noah Kosick, 79 overall, medium elite center playmaker. And Dallas with that, oh, Dallas, they switched. Okay, so Dallas doesn't have the 6th, now they have the 4th. Okay, so what happened here? Who's Dallas take with the 4th? Riley Boychuk, 79 overall, medium elite playmaker. A lot of playmakers go on the top here. And then Fyodorov, I think it's Victor Fyodorov, 79 overall, medium elite, two-way forward center. Okay, that rounds out the top 5. We're going to jump to our pick here at 13th. Some good players off the boards. Pajkic, Mason St. Louis, Brubrick, Fairchild. Who is available for us, though, at 13th? Adam Nemec, Kaigorodov, Bohinski. I was looking at this guy, Josiah Bohinski. 30 goals, 46 assists in 66 games. Not too bad. There's also Rasmus Rene, Levi Benson, Daxon Rudolph. He looks like a real world player, though. Xavier Conklin. So it's either Kaigorodov or Bohinski. I think I'm leaning toward Bohinski. I'd rather a defender, but we also have our defense now completely locked up for at least the next 5-6 years. So I think if I have to make a pick here, I'm going to take the 6'1" center left wing that we know nothing about. He might not even be good. I'm expecting him to be like a medium 6, maybe. Kaigorodov might be better, but you know I'm a sucker for the dual position players. So we're going with it. Josiah Bohinski from the Gatineau Olympic. Sorry, I thought it was the Quebec Remparts. From the Gatineau Olympic, Josiah Bohinski. Ooh, 78 overall, two-way forward, medium elite center. Wow. Let's look at his individual attributes. That's a really damn good pick, honestly. Okay, his individual attributes are kind of middling. I have also said that two-way forwards are they don't really contribute. They don't really convert on their opportunities, but we'll see if we can turn him into a stud for us. He's probably going to play that first season still with the Gatineau Olympic. But that's a really good pick. I don't think that Ottawa is going to pick 2 players with 28th and 31st that are better than that. So let's sim to the end of this round, see what they do pick with those 2 picks, and see if maybe we came out as the winners here. I think we did, honestly. And then see if we missed anyone here. Kaigorodov was in medium elite, and he was slightly better. But again, it's just single attribute. It's kind of the same with Dominic Pruka and Terrell McCardle, I think it was, from the Boston Bruins, who I was also looking at in the original Montour trade. But I think we still have a good pick. And we got a center, too. So a center left wing. So it kind of works out. Tuomo Solani was also a pretty good pick there. And then who do the Ottawa Senators take with the 28th? So Bodiger goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they take a medium 9 with the 28th pick and a medium 6 defenseman with the 31st. So we fleeced them with that trade. We absolutely fleeced them with that trade. Now, I don't think we're going to make too many more picks in this draft because I don't think there's many good players left. Let's take a look. I did have Pouliot marked, so maybe him. Voloshenko could also be good. He could also be a low top 4, though. I'm going to take Pouliot. Voloshenko looks good. Cantor even looks good, but I think he's a real-world player. Fragapani, Jesper Bergfor. He could be good. Do I have another pick soon? No, this is the last pick for a bit here. Till almost the end of the round. You know what? I kind of like the idea of that 6'5" defender. Rafael Pouliot, join the team. And low elite defensive defenseman. Oh, what a pick. What a pick. We have 2 great picks. Definitely going to drop off now, and I'm probably going to trade away some picks after this. But let's see. Sim to the 64th pick here. Anyone's still available? Bergfors was a medium elite. And what about that defenseman? Voloshenko was a low 4. So I got them both right. I still think Pouliot was a better pick. And we have Rousseau as a goalie prospect. We didn't need another medium elite goalie. Any other prospects here? Borstrom? No, I think he's probably a medium 4 or a medium top 6 defender. I don't think Sonnerberg's very good. I wish I'd fixed my scouts. I really wish I had. I don't think there's anything else here. Marcus Alberg, I think he's probably going to be crap. Oh, I don't know anything. What is that flag? You guys know what that flag is? Reed Visakis. If you know in the comments, please let me know who that flag belongs to, what country that flag belongs to. It's also really late. I'm really tired, so if I'm stuttering and stumbling and messing up my words, you guys know the drill. I'm just really tired. Aside from that, I don't know anyone else that I really want to take a jumper at. Maybe Pusin, or no, not Pusin. Ville Pusin does look okay, but he's probably a low top 6, so I'm not going to take it. UC Coco, though. That's interesting. I'm going to go for UC Coco. Please don't be a bottom. He's a 7th defender. Damn it. All right, that's what I was telling you guys. It's going to be hard to come by some good players here. I don't think we even missed out on grabbing anyone. We did. Sierra was decent. Mostly low top 6s and medium 9s, medium 6s though, so not really anything big. Quinn Howard, a low top 6 defenseman, so he's really not worth it. Lindros, Oberg is still here. Rudy Shelley, you know, guys, I just don't see anything that I want to jump at. You know, I don't see anyone who's jumping off the page at me, and because of that, I think I'm gonna bow out. We'll take Vyacheslav Novoselicev. If he's bad, then we'll bow out of the rest of this draft, and he was bad. So we're going to bow out of the rest of the draft here, and we're going to get the re-sign phase done. Not many picks left to move out, so we'll just move out this 4th and a 7th together. Probably get a 3rd. Yeah, it's at least a 3rd, unless there's like a good prospect. Dylan Duke isn't bad, and a 7th? Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with that. We're going to take Dylan Duke and a 7th, and we're going to package that 7th with a 5th next year and see if we can add another pick. Oh, we can. A 3rd again. Is there another good prospect or another good like combo trade I can make? Can we fleece the system altogether? 3rd. Any other good prospects? I don't see anyone popping up. Nobody's screaming at me here. Just 3rds. I mean, no, I don't think there's anyone that needs to be grabbed here. So we're just gonna grab a 3rd here from the Winnipeg Jets. Done like dinner. And that will be it for this draft for us. And you know what? Bohinski, already the same value as Dominic Pruka and Clark Caswell and Keandre Miller and Constant Hellenius, and better value than Simon Edmondson. So I think we made a great freaking pick there. A great freaking pick. I don't think that low elite, honestly, I'm nervous that the low elite defenseman, what's his name? Pouliot? I don't think he's going to make it. Maybe he'll be one of those guys that immediately jumps up and is ready in like a year or two. I don't see it happening though. But that's not a bad draft. We hit on 2, we missed on 2. I think that's pretty good. Let's sim to the end of this draft here, and then I'll jump into the re-sign phase. Alright, about to jump into the re-sign phase, and I remembered we offered some contracts out to, I believe, Bussy. I know Nick Hag was one of them, so we're going to see here, does Nick Hag accept the contract extension? Because if he doesn't, we're not really up a creek without a paddle. I'd like to keep him long. But let's see what happens here. Let's see. Okay, so Milan Brand needs a new one. I'll do that between videos. Yeah, I'll resign the scouts as well. Okay, Barrett Hayton needs a new contract. Oh, that's going to be interesting. And Nick Hag does not accept. You must be joking if you think I'm going to extend my contract if that is what you're offering me. Oh, that hurts. He's probably not going to want an extension now. But Bussy accepts. Talon Boyko, Maxwell Ellison. How could I forget? Our former 9th overall pick did get a long-term contract, I believe, with us. But that does suck, honestly, about Nick Hag. And yes, he doesn't want to extend. He's a UFA, so I don't think we'll be able to keep him on for very long. Let's see who's available or who's expiring. So we got to keep Eric Olson. That's 100% given. Defenseman, I don't mind keeping Alexiak and Myers around. We're going to let go of Dermott and Gleason and maybe re-sign them in free agency if no one else is available. Right wingers, Jekko needs a contract. We'll give him one. Garland doesn't want to come back. That's unfortunate. He was really good for us. Maybe we'll re-sign him. Maybe. Left wingers, Blake Coleman was good. Dylan Duke needs a new contract, so we're just going to give him 2 years, $850,000. And then Duffy, you're going to walk. Greer, I think it's time to let you go. I don't even think you even played in the AHL last season. No, he didn't. So we're going to let you go. You did great in the AHL when you were with us, but actually, you could be a Carrier replacement. Carrier played in the AHL last season, though. 73 points in 82 games. Yeah, what are you asking for, Carrier? How much cap space do we have? 25 million. Okay, maybe we want to keep that open, especially with some of the players that we have. Let's quickly go through the younger guys. So Boone Jenner, I don't want to bring you back. I love Boone Jenner in real life. Doesn't work for me. Radek Foxa, you weren't even a player for us. Scott Lawton, you did great, but you don't want to come back, so we're going to let you go, especially if we're going to let Connor Garland go. Actually, you know what? Maybe he also comes back. Jakub Trenin is going to go. No, maybe he doesn't. I'm so on the fence about some of these players. I'm going to bring back Jakub Trenin if he's not asking for too much. That's almost too much. We're going to let go of Ivanov and Brennan. Actually, Brennan doesn't look too bad. Medium 9, 71 overall. Yeah, we're going to give Brennan a contract here. He might be decent. Claude Giroux, I don't see it happening. He's not asking for a lot, though. What did he do for us? 9 points in 20 games in the playoffs, 15 and 16. So he did pretty well. What is Barrett Hayton wanting? Oh, Lord. I think you guys would agree that we got to get him signed long term. We're going to give him 5 years at $4.5 million. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I think that fits in with our contracts as well, if I'm not mistaken. It'd be Shabrikov. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we're going to give him 5 years. Actually, no, let's start the new length. What does he want for 7? 7 years, 4.85 million. I think that'll work. 4.875 million over 7 years. To keep him on, especially if he continues to produce at what he was doing, that would be absolutely bonkers. What does Nick Hag want now? It's probably the sun and the moon. Yeah, $7 million over 6 years. That's just not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen for me. You know what? Before I sim to free agency, you guys let me know in the comments who you want to bring back. Nick Hag, Claude Giroux. We're bringing back Barrett Hayton. That's given. Do you want to see Alexiak and Myers and Garland and Coleman and Lawton? You guys let me know if we should run with some of these veterans here, or if we should put it over to the youngsters that I've been trying to develop in the AHL. You guys let me know in the comments. If I don't hear anything, I'll have to decide myself, and that's just so much brain power that you're asking me to do. Come on, guys. Come on. Be nice to me. But thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please leave a like down below, or like, comment, subscribe. All the normal shameless plug stuff. You guys have been so amazing so far. I can't believe all the support I've gotten. Love you guys to bits. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure with this Butte Bandits team, and we're going to keep going. In the next video, we'll get through this re-sign phase, we'll get through free agency, and we'll start the season. But thank you guys. You've been a blast. This has been a blast, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.